Our top focus, we celebrated a historic milestone for India on the moon yesterday, roughly at this time yesterday, and we were all looking forward to another historic attempt back on Earth. Our boy, Praggnanandhaa, was poised to become the youngest person ever to win the World Chess World Cup. Alas, it was not to be. A bit of a heartbreak this evening, but we can all safely say, well played, Prags. World number one, Magnus Carlsen, beat Pragg in the tiebreaker at the International Chess Federation World Cup, which was being held in Baku. After 3 days and 4 games of intense chess across 2 formats, Magnus proved his might and finally managed to win the World Cup for the first time in his career. Praggnanandhaa didn't make it easy. He dragged him through the tiebreaker, and Carlsen's win was confirmed only after the second game of this tiebreaker. Earlier, the first 2 games of the World Cup final between Praggnanandhaa and Magnus Carlsen, who is also world number 1, had ended in draws. But India's moon mission has taught us that failure is a better teacher often than success. India's moon mission Chandrayaan-2 had failed 4 years ago, but it also acted as a stepping stone to Chandrayaan-3's success. We now know that. Our scientists had turned failure to their favor. None of us doubt that Pragg will one day not just be a world champion, but also world number 1. And it's not just him. In this World Cup quarter, out of the 8 people who qualified, 4 were Indians and none were Russians. And the Russians at one point had dominated the game of chess. In fact, Vishwanathan Anand is calling these 4 the golden generation of chess. Here's Pragg and his family now, talking about his day in Baku and the years it has taken for him to get here.
Praggnanandhaa, I want to start by asking you, would you say this has been a dream run for you in Baku? Of course, Magnus Carlsen prevailed over you, but if you look at the entire run that you've had, beating world number 2, world number 3 in the tiebreaker format as well, would you say this has been a good tournament for you?
Yeah, of course, it has been an excellent one, and yeah, to finish second in such a strong event, it's of course feels very good.
And the tiebreaker format in the last few months has been Praggnanandhaa, where you've excelled, you've beaten the top in the game before. So if you've had some time to analyze your game today, could you tell me what you would have done differently if given a chance?
Yeah, game 1 was a crucial game because I didn't get much chance in the game 2. Game 1, yeah, I had a good position, but then I kind of misplayed in the middle game, and yeah, he managed to put pressure on me. And maybe I could have defended better, but in rapid, you just have to play with your intuition, and sometimes it goes wrong.
And Pragg, is there any message that you want to give to all followers of chess in India and slowly and steadily who are becoming our Praggnanandhaa's fans? We've had Vishwanathan Anand speak very highly of you. We've had R.B. Ramesh speak very, very highly of you, of course. So any message?
Yeah, just enjoy chess and keep us supported, and I'm hoping the chess would get even more popular, and you would have many kids coming to chess.
Ma'am, what was your feeling when Praggnanandhaa was playing all these games? I was talking to him about the pictures that we saw on the internet. What did it mean for you to see your son doing so well for the country?
Yeah, of course. She's a bit shy, but yeah, she's very happy of this, and it's a proud moment for her family.
First of all, congratulations on your brother becoming the runner-up in the World Chess Championship. How is the mood right now? We were all expecting for a win, but it's okay. He's just beginning. And how is the mood in the family right now? And did you talk to your brother after the match?
Yes, we are very proud of him that he came this far. Okay, it's a knockout event, really unpredictable, and it started with 200 players and it came down to 2 players. So we are very proud of him that he put up a lot of fight, and after all, he played with the best player on the planet, Magnus Carlsen. So yes, I did have a short call with him after the game. He sounded a little bit disappointed, but I'm sure he'll come back soon, and he very importantly qualified to the candidates next year. So. Yeah.
Talking about attention, a few pictures of your mother when she was with your brother in the World Cup got viral. And talk about your family. How has the family been a support to both of you when it comes to chess? And what is their part as far as both of your journeys concerned, specifically Praggnanandhaa?
My parents has been a biggest support. I mean, for both of us, like it's not easy to balance both of our professional career and big thanks to my mother, especially because she travels with us for all the tournaments. Most of the time she accompanies. Like sometimes it's not easy because I'll be playing some women tournaments separately because schedule clashes. He might be playing some open tournaments and but she makes sure that she's with us like most of the time. Sometimes his tournament gets over the next day, immediately she'll be traveling directly to my tournament, and it's not at all easy. Sometimes I wonder how she manages to do that, but it's all the love and support. I mean, she just wants us to be the best, and we are very, very grateful for all the sacrifices she has made for us. And about my father, I mean, he makes sure like everything is set for us, like from like we have to plan tournaments in Agadia, like for the next 2-3 months, and he makes sure like he plans all the tournaments accordingly, and he books tickets, accommodation. Like for me and my brother, it's really simple. Like we have to practice and play the tournaments well. That's it. I mean, all the other things like from okay, our mother make sure we get the home food, home cooked food, because it's not easy when you are traveling a lot and playing tournament in abroad. It's not at all easy. So she makes sure that we get the home food and we be healthy for the games. So yeah, it's been a great support from my parents, and I also take this chance to thank the whole family.
Praggnanandhaa has lost today's game, but has won not just our hearts, but our respect as well. He and young people like him make India proud. Unfortunately, that's not something we can say for other personalities in Indian sports. Indian wrestling has been dragged through the mud for the last 7 months by a man called Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. He's a powerful BJP MP who for the last 12 years has ruled India's wrestling federation. And today he stands accused by women wrestlers, India's top champs, of harassing, molesting and stalking them. It's a saga of power politics and misogyny in sports, and one that has landed Indian wrestling today in a deep, deep mess. Today, the United World Wrestling, which is the world governing body for wrestling, has suspended the Wrestling Federation of India for its failure to hold its elections on time. Now, elections that were to be held on May 7th have been postponed at least 5 times. And finally, they were stalled by the Punjab and Haryana High Court because all state associations wanted to come in and be heard. These elections were delayed over and over again by the ad hoc committee because of the intense tussle underway between the wrestlers and the establishment that continues to back Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. This despite the Delhi police 2 weeks ago saying that there is enough evidence against the BJP MP to put him on trial. What has happened today, ladies and gentlemen, is a massive setback for India and its wrestlers, as they will not be allowed to compete in the upcoming World Championships under the Indian flag. Imagine this, if one of your wrestlers wins, there will be no national anthem when they get to this podium. There will be no unfurling of the national flag. India's wrestlers are now facing the prospect of competing under a neutral flag. India's pride marching under a neutral flag because politics delayed the elections to the WFI. In April, the Indian Olympic Association had appointed an ad hoc panel to conduct elections within 45 days. However, the deadline was not honored by the ad hoc panel that was led by Bhupinder Singh Bajwa. As I said, the date kept getting pushed. And now we are at a stage where the Wrestling Federation has simply been suspended by the world body. Does anyone care? Meanwhile, reacting to the development, there are several women MPs who have hit out at the centre saying that the BJP's top priority is not Indian wrestling, but saving its neta. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee too is slamming the centre, saying that their failure to provide justice to female wrestlers has embarrassed India. the wrestling body elections have been fraught with multiple delays due to many state association bodies moving court and seeking a right to participate in these elections. This is organized chaos. And that organized chaos has led to today, where the WFI, India's World Wrestling Federation, has been suspended by the world body.
What a contrast. On one hand, our hearts swell with pride. What a huge achievement by ISRO, our champion scientists, who've done us proud. And on the other hand, we are disappointed. We are disgusted. We're angry. Once more, the women of India have been let down. Brij Bhushan Singh has tarnished our reputation worldwide.
The World Wrestling Body has suspended India's membership. The Indian Wrestling Federation of India's membership has been suspended. India's wrestlers, both male and female, can no longer compete on an international stage under the Indian flag. This is a matter of great shame, and the sexual misconduct of one BJP MP and the stubborn refusal of the BJP government to take any action and to hold timely elections to a sports body as is required by law is what is responsible for this shameful situation we are in today. We strongly condemn this, and we hope that this government will see sense and take necessary action.
My guest this evening, joining me for a very quick 10-minute chat, Rakesh Singh is a coach. He's the General Secretary of the Haryana Wrestling Association. They are the ones who had approached the Haryana and Punjab High Court, which is why the High Court has now stalled these elections, because of which we have simply been suspended by the world body. Tehseen Poonawalla is a legal activist. He's joining us on the broadcast. He's someone who is actively involved in fighting the case for wrestlers who had gone on a protest. Tehseen Poonawalla, there are many people who will step out and say that what has happened today, the Wrestling Federation of India being suspended by the world body today, has nothing to do with Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh and everything to do with the fact that the elections were not held on time. The point is, why were the elections not held on time? I think that is the right question to ask at this point of time.
So Shreya, the answer to your question on why is it not held on time is obviously because the union government, all of them in the Indian Olympic Association and in the Wrestling Federation, are protecting Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, a man accused by the Delhi police of sexual harassment, no less than the Delhi police. And yet this man is not arrested. This Bahubali, who has several charges against him, was accused by a minor girl. Conveniently, it was changed that this woman is not a minor. No one asked the question, if this girl was not a minor, how did this girl represent India internationally? Was India cheating? Can you imagine, Shreya, yesterday and today, all of us are celebrating our tricolor on the moon. And our tricolor will not flutter when our champion athletes winning a medal, because the government of India is protecting Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. Let me ask you a question for women justice. Where is PT Usha and Mary Kom, two champion athletes we look up to, two members of parliament? Where is that report that was supposed to come to Shreya over 3 months ago? Why are they shut? Why are their mouths shut? Are this how champion athletes treat other champions? Is this how women treat women? And because Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh does not want his family's power to loosen over the grip that he has over the WFI, including his son-in-law, including his son, he may not contest, but his family members continue to run loose. That is why these elections haven't taken place. What else is the reason? Is the government incompetent? Is the sports minister, Anurag Thakurji, not competent enough? Is PT Usha not competent, or is this man the problem?
Rakesh
Let us
Singh
have a specific answer.
Rakesh Singh ji, no, it can also be argued that he's already served 3 4-year terms, and under the sports code, he couldn't have afford the election anymore for the WFI. But we know how things work in India. We know that if you can't fight an election, if you're not qualified to fight an election, you will simply put a proxy there. And that is exactly what Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh was trying to do as well. लेकिन राकेश सिंह जी जरा जवाब दीजिए, आज जो हुआ है, अच्छा हुआ है क्या रेसलिंग के लिए, इंडियन रेसलिंग के लिए? नमस्कार. आप बहुत टाइम से आ रहे हैं हमारे चैनल पे, बृजभूषण शरण सिंह को डिफेंड करते रहते हैं। आज भी आप यही बात बोलेंगे कि ये बृजभूषण शरण सिंह की वजह से थोड़ी ना हुआ है, ये तो इसलिए हुआ क्योंकि एडहॉक कमेटी जो है उसको इलेक्शन करवाने थे, उसने इलेक्शन नहीं करवाए। इलेक्शन तो राकेश सिंह जी आपकी एसोसिएशन ने नहीं करवाने दिए ना।
देखिए, ब्रिजभूषण शरण जी जो है वो जनवरी 18 से ही पीड़ित है और पूरा देश देख रहा था भाई क्या क्या हुआ। आज ब्रिजभूषण तो कहीं लाइन में नहीं है, ना
नहीं,
तो
नहीं,
इलेक्शन फाइट
पीड़ित
कर रहे
तो
हैं, ना
नहीं
उनके
है।
परिवार से कोई है। तो
पीड़ित तो
आज
नहीं
भी
है।
जी
पीड़ित तो नहीं
कौन
है,
है?
पूरा देश कुछ और देख रहा है और आप राकेश सिंह जी कुछ और देख रहे हैं। चलिए आगे बोलिए।
जी जी। अच्छा, अभी अभी जो ये बंगाल ने अभी जो है अपने विनेश ने और बजरंग ने जो आतंक मचाया है, कुश्ती को खत्म करने का काम किया है, वो तो बेटियों की न्याय के लिए आए थे, लेकिन आज तो वो बेटियों का हक ही मार रहे हैं। तो अभी जो ब्रिजभूषण ने सर पे बार बार भाई तो बाहुबली है ये,
कैसे?
आज तो स्पोर्ट्स मंत्रालय इसका संज्ञान ले, इलेक्शन करवाए, ये तो ड्यूटी है उनकी। और डब्ल्यू ने एफआई ने तो जो हमारे को 45 दिन का टाइम भी दिया था, लेकिन यहाँ पे कहीं बहुत बड़ी राजनीति हो रही है कि इलेक्शन नहीं होने देना, कहीं भी स्टे करवा देना। ये सब एक चाल है इन लोगों की, किसी भी स्टेट में जाके और एक एप्लीकेशन लगवा देते हैं। हमने जो प्रेयर लगाई थी हाई कोर्ट में, वो लगाई थी हरियाणा के एक बॉडी को आप वोट का अधिकार दीजिए, एक को ना दीजिए, लेकिन हाई कोर्ट ने तो इलेक्शन ही स्टे कर दिया। तो यहाँ तो प्रेयर कुछ मांगी जाती है, वहां पे स्टे किस बात का दिया जाता है? तो ये है क्या? कानून नाम की कोई चीज ही नहीं रही। तो इंडिया को देखो आज कितने शर्म की बात है,
तो
हमारा वहां से एफिलिएशन खत्म कर दिया है। ये पूरे देश का दुर्भाग्य है।
क्या बोल रहे हैं?
ये पहलवानों ने नहीं किया सारा काम,
ये देश का दुर्भाग्य है। लेकिन ये देश के लिए दुर्भाग्य इसलिए है क्योंकि दुर्भाग्य से पिछले 12 साल से WFI में एक ऐसे इंसान बैठे थे जो इंडियन विमेन रेसलर्स कहते हैं, उनको स्टॉक करते थे, हैरेस करते थे, मोलेस्ट करते थे। उसके बाद जनवरी से शुरू होकर आज तक, अगस्त तक, 6 महीने तक जिस तरह की पॉलिटिक्स हुई है ना, आज उसका नतीजा हमको देखने को मिल रहा है, जहां वर्ल्ड बॉडी हमसे कह रही है छोड़ दीजिए, आपसे नहीं हो पाएगा। आप मुझको बताइए, अगर भारत सरकार, एक मिनट, या स्पोर्ट्स मिनिस्ट्री WFI के इलेक्शंस कराना चाहती तो क्या वो नहीं करवा सकती थी?
बहुत आराम से। कौन मना कर रहा है? आपने 3-4 स्टेट को हटा दिया, हरियाणा को बैठा देते, इलेक्शन करवा लेते, लेकिन इनकी मंशा नहीं है। अनुराग ठाकुर जी और DG साईं और ये पहलवान मिले हुए हैं, इनका सारा एक गेम है। बृजभूषण को तो बदनाम करने का काम कर रहे हैं, नेताजी को बदनाम करने का काम कर रहे हैं। आज मैंने पहली बार देखा कि बीजेपी सरकार बीजेपी से ही लड़ रही है और मंत्री बीजेपी का, MP बीजेपी का। 12 साल से कुश्ती का लेवल कहां गया? उस आदमी की यह अच्छाई तो देखी नहीं लोगों ने, लेकिन जो झूठे आरोप लगाए उसमें सभी पूरा देश खड़ा हो गया। आज एक लड़की ने 46 गवाह हैं, एक पर्सन के मैं बता रहा हूं, उसमें से 44 लोगों ने कह दिया ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ, लेकिन 5 लोग, उसका पति, उसका
नहीं, आप ना गोलमोल मत करिए। आप देखिए राकेश सिंह जी, मैं तहसीन पूनावाला से बोलूंगी कि वो आए, लेकिन आप एक बात जान लीजिए कि 2 हफ्ते पहले दिल्ली पुलिस ने कोर्ट को बोला है, मीडिया अपने आप से खबर नहीं चला रही है, कोर्ट को बोला है कि बृजभूषण शरण सिंह के खिलाफ उनके पास इतना एविडेंस है कि ट्रायल शुरू किया जा सके। तो ऐसा तो है नहीं कि बृजभूषण सिंह दूध के धुले हुए हैं, गंगा नहा के आए हैं और लड़कियां सारी झूठ बोल रही हैं, क्योंकि अगर देश की रेसलर्स झूठ बोल रही होती तो दिल्ली पुलिस तो उनके पहले FIR भी नहीं करना चाहता था, जबरदस्ती तो FIR हुई, लेकिन जब तहकीकात करनी शुरू की तो एविडेंस आया ना, और दिल्ली पुलिस ही बोल रही है उनके पास एविडेंस है और कोर्ट को बोल रही है। मैं आपसे, आप ना गोलमोल जलेबी खिलाने में बड़े नंबर 1 है। पॉइंट इज कि ये इलेक्शन क्यों स्टॉल किया गया, किसने स्टॉल किया? ये इलेक्शन जो है स्टॉल किया गया है पंजाब और हरियाणा के हाई कोर्ट ने। और क्यों स्टॉल किया है? क्योंकि आपने, हरियाणा एसोसिएशन ने, रेसलिंग एसोसिएशन ने पर्ची डाल रखी है वहां पे। इलेक्शन तो रुकेगा, सबको पता है अगर इलेक्शन रुकेगा तो वर्ल्ड रेसलिंग बॉडी जो है इंडियन पॉलिटिक्स के हिसाब से तो चलती नहीं है, रूल्स के हिसाब से चलती है। आपने इलेक्शन नहीं किया, कर दिया आपको सस्पेंड, कर लीजिए जो करेंगे।
नहीं, देखिए ऐसा नहीं है। अभी भूपेंद्र हुड्डा जो है अपने बेटे को चमकाने के लिए उसने अपनी वकील को किया, मौका के बोल दिया वोट राइट हमें दीजिए। 12 साल से यही थे। अभी हमारा एक आसाम से, हरियाणा का एक लड़का आगे वोटिंग की पावर लेता है। एक उड़ीसा से एक लड़की आती है हरियाणा की पहलवान, उसका क्या मतलब है? एक गुजरात से अपना जो
आपकी
रेलवे
आवाज
का अधिकारी है वो वोटिंग का पावर लेता है। तो ये राजनीति नहीं है तो क्या है? वो कैसे आए? वो लोग कैसे इन्वॉल्व हो सकते हैं? वो किसी, अब वो हरियाणा
अच्छा
का उनका आधार कार्ड है, लेकिन
ठीक है
आसाम
राकेश जी,
से
आपका
जाके वोट
नेटवर्क बहुत
बनी,
अच्छा नहीं है।
उड़ीसा से जाके वोट।
आपका नेटवर्क बहुत ठीक नहीं है, बट तहसीन पूनावाला, here both sides are accusing each other of politics. And because of the politics that has played out in the last 6 months, we are standing at a situation where a national scandal has brought international shame to our country. Can you imagine that Indian players, Indian wrestlers will be wrestling and marching under a neutral flag? That if one of our wrestlers wins and goes up to the podium, there is no Bharat ka jhanda that will unfurl. There is no national anthem that will play. This is what the last 6 months have reduced Indian wrestling to.
And Shreya, it's not that the World Wrestling Federation, the International Federation had not warned India. It had. Even then, the union government did not take cognizance of that. I repeat, what is our athletes, our champions, PT Usha and Mary Kom doing? These are people we've adored. These are people we've looked up to. Where is that report? But let's come to what victim shaming happened on your show, Shreya, and you're somebody who stands up against this. There are women who have accused somebody. There's the Delhi police that's come out with evidence, and the man on your show who's representing the BJP MP says, look, these witnesses have turned hostile. Of course they'll turn hostile. That's exactly why powerful people are arrested. They made a young girl saying that she's no longer a young girl, she's no longer comes under the POCSO Act, she's actually overage. So was India cheating? No answers to that. Of course they're going to turn hostile. That's exactly how the dynamics of power works. And you come here and then victim shame, and you say that these athletes who won medals for us are lying about them being inappropriately touched, even when they ask for something as basic as protein powder. I'm asking you, Shreya, which mother, which father will send their children to wrestling, guy or girl? I'm asking you this question. What kind of nonsense is being spoken on TV channels by those supporting Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh? And I want to ask you something. Could the government not have stepped in? Could they not have given an affidavit in court? Could they not have come up with a hard line that this man will be completely isolated? Of course he's running the association as a proxy. Of course he can't technically contest. And we know that happened even in the cricket association. In the cricket association, when the son of a prominent BJP leader could not contest because his tenure got up, he went to Supreme Court. And what happens? The judgment came in their favor. They said, okay, no problem, he can continue. So this is happening. We know that this is happening. Why isn't Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh in jail should be the question. Look at the way he's laughing. He's putting out tweets. Women have come out. Are you saying that the women, everyone who's been witnesses, people who've seen this guy behave in a manner, who's had rooms in between where women athletes stay, are all lying and this man is speaking the truth? How can this be even accepted? And is Anurag Thakur trying to frame Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh? What kind of whataboutery is going on national TV and accusing women of and victim shaming the victims? I'm astounded by what Mr. Rakesh Singh ji is saying. Rakesh Singh ji, मेरी आपसे गुजारिश है, आपकी कभी कोई बेटी होगी,
Well,
अगर
I have
बेटी
been
है,
astounded by what has been
उसमें-
happening in the last 6 months.
Yeah, Rakesh ji, मैं आपसे एक
No,
चीज
I've been
पूछना चाहता हूं,
astounded
बड़ी
by what has
विनम्रता
been
से।
happening in the last 6 months. And fact is, today there are questions to be asked to two specific bodies: the Sports
WWE
Ministry
तो हमारी बेइज्जती करी,
and
उसके
the
बारे में बात
ad
करो।
hoc committee that was set up by the IOA.
राकेश जी, मुझे आपसे एक सवाल पूछना है। राकेश जी, एक ही सेकंड, आपसे
And
सवाल
the ad
पूछना है।
hoc committee and the ad hoc committee and the returning officer of the ad hoc committee who was mandated to hold these elections.
ad hoc
5
कमेटी
बार,
भी
राकेश जी, एक बार नहीं, 5 बार इलेक्शन डिले हुआ है और जानबूझ के डिले हुआ है।
करने वाले कौन है? कोई भी अब जाके
आप ही के लोग हैं
बीजेपी
और
जो
कौन है?
अनुराग ठाकुर जी हैं, ये ड्यूटी तो उनकी बनती है। और डीजी साईं का जो गेम है उसको खत्म करना चाहिए। पहलवानों से मिली भगत करके धरना दिलवाया, उसके बाद
भाई
में ब्रिज
एक
भूषण
मिनट
पे ये
बताइए
आरोप लगवाए।
कि
अरे
नहीं,
18
स्पोर्ट्स
तारीख को
मिनिस्ट्री
आरोप
है
लगाने वाली
या
लड़की बोली
रेसलिंग
मेरे साथ नहीं
फेडरेशन
हुआ,
है, वो
दोबारा
नेताओं की
जाकर मेरे
जमात
साथ
नहीं है
हुआ,
ना।
तो ये तो अन्याय है ना।
वो रेसलिंग फेडरेशन ऑफ इंडिया रेसलर्स के लिए
ये
बना है,
अन्याय है।
नेताओं के लिए नहीं बना है। आप ये बार बार क्यों कह रहे हैं उनकी
देखिए,
साइड ले रही है?
देखिए,
ऑब्वियसली रेसलर्स की साइड लेगी भाई,
सेक्सुअल
नेताओं
हरासमेंट
की
और
साइड
एक
क्यों
जो है
लेगी?
ना हमारे जो है ना ये नहीं, ये हमारा देश का दुर्भाग्य है। ये बेटियां जो हमारी जिस तरह आरोप लगा रही हैं, ये कितने स्कैंडल रोज ही हो रहे हैं। वो भी किसी की बेटी है जो स्कैंडल कर रही है। ये भाई कह रहा है मेरी बेटी है, मेरी बेटी भी एक MBBS डॉक्टर है, उन्हें भी कहीं ट्रेनिंग करी होगी। लेकिन इस तरह के आरोप, अब वो कोर्ट में केस है, दूध का दूध पानी का हो जाएगा। आप उस बात में इतना जोर क्यों दे रहे हैं? आज जो हमारी बेइज्जती हुई है, पूरे वर्ल्ड में बेइज्जती हुई है, हमने तो उसका सोचना चाहिए। जल्दी इलेक्शन होना चाहिए और हमें दोबारा से मेंबर बनना चाहिए, ताकि इन पहलवानों का भला हो, हमारे देश का नाम रोशन हो। इस बात की लड़ाई है। ये अनुराग जी को सोचना चाहिए।
नहीं, देश का नाम थोड़ा सा और रोशन हो जाएगा अगर बृजभूषण शरण सिंह इज सैक्ड बाय द बीजेपी एज एन MP। देश का भला तब होगा। और अगर देश ने सही संदेश भेजना है अपने रेसलर्स को और अपनी स्पोर्टिंग कम्युनिटी को, तो उन देश को यह बताना पड़ेगा कि आप अपने रेसलर्स के साथ खड़े हैं, आप किसी नेता के साथ नहीं खड़े हैं। और देश जो है, मैं आपको राकेश सिंह जी, चलिए आप एक तरफ से बात करते हैं और वो जरूरी भी है, क्योंकि नहीं तो शो में बृजभूषण शरण सिंह की बात कौन रखेगा। लेकिन देश देख रहा है पिछले 6 महीने से, मैं आपको ये बात बता दूं, एंड एवरीवन हैज चोजन अ साइड। अनफॉर्चुनेटली द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया हैज चोजन द रॉन्ग साइड। इट इज नॉट द साइड ऑन व्हिच द पीपल ऑफ इंडिया आर ऑन। वी लीव इट देयर।
ये हमारी बेटियों ने किया है।
अरे विपक्ष को छोड़िए, आप अपने नेता को संभालिए ना, पहले विपक्ष को छोड़िए। विपक्ष को मौका तो तब मिलेगा ना जब आपके नेता गड़बड़ करेंगे और लड़कियों को सेक्सुअली हैरेस करेंगे।
आपको मालूम
मौका तो तब मिला ना, आप ना देते मौका, आपके MP ना देते मौका। और मैं नहीं बोल रही हूँ कि एविडेंस है बृजभूषण शरण सिंह के खिलाफ, दिल्ली पुलिस बोल रही है उनके खिलाफ एविडेंस है।
आदमी को क्या बोल रहे थे, और ये बेटियां भी मुंह दिखाने के काबिल नहीं रहेंगी जब कोर्ट का फैसला आएगा।
आप विपक्ष की शर्म का, आप जो है विपक्ष की शर्म की जिम्मेदारी ना लें। आप जो शर्म बृजभूषण शरण सिंह की वजह से पूरे देश को हो रही है, उसकी जिम्मेदारी लें। लीव इट देयर फॉर द मोमेंट। थैंक यू वेरी मच राकेश सिंह जी। इट्स अ वेरी सैड डे। इट्स अ वेरी सैड डे फॉर इंडियन स्पोर्ट and Indian wrestling. We'll let it go. Time khatam. Tehseen Poonawala, thank you very much for joining us as well. With that, I'm slipping into a quick break on the show. Up next is a very interesting story coming up. Do stay with us.